Hello, and welcome to Talking Legal episode, proudly brought to you by Baker Watt Lawyers, a full-service trusted legal firm. I'm your host, Praveen Gautam, a trusted marketing advisor. I help entrepreneurs and enterprises just like yours to build their digital brand and monetize it. Thursday afternoon, 5 p.m. So if you're just watching this from different social medias, including Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, feel free to give us a thumbs up, share it, and comment it. If there's any specific questions you have in terms of the family legal matters, feel free to write it down, and obviously we'll pass that to our guest so that we can deal with it. All right. So today's episode, I have a special guest here. Let me quickly connect you through Laura Muccitelli. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Thank you, Prabhan. Thank you.
Beautiful. As in the past episodes, if you would, I have dealt with one of your colleagues, Laura, Amy, and we discussed a little bit about the parenting order, and the feedback was really great. A lot of the viewers are asking about the parenting order. So I was thinking perhaps we could little bit deep dive into parenting order, if you like, and some of our viewers are also. A very little bit confused about what is the difference between parenting plan and parenting order. For a simple layman, it's almost the same plan and order. So, but obviously in legal way, I'm sure it would be different. So let's start with simple questions. And those viewers who have missed that past episodes, let's start with simple questions now. What are parenting orders, please? All right.
Okay. So basically, parenting orders are orders made by the court, the family court or the federal circuit court, concerning the parenting arrangements for the children, their children. So parenting orders deal with who the child's to live with, what kind of time that the child can spend with the other parent. It deals with allocation of parental responsibility, so who can make decisions about the child, like health decisions, medical decisions, education decisions, things like that. It also deals with time that the child can spend with other people relevant to the child, like the grandparents. Also orders in relation to communication between the child and the other parent that the child does not live with. Basically, any aspect of the care and welfare and development of the child can be made as parenting orders in the court. Okay, I can just further add in that
please
those parenting orders. Yep. So parenting orders can be made by an application to the court in both situations or by agreement. So what we call by an application for consent orders, which is basically the agreement that both parents have made in relation to their children, that's filed at the family court. The family court assesses whether whether the proposed orders are in the best interest of the children, and then if they make a decision that yes, it is, then they'll make the orders.
Beautiful. Thanks, Laura. Now, I just sort of saw quick questions here from Kelly. I think she's from Queensland. She's just asking, she want to know a little bit about Matthew Love. So if you would like to know, any specific question, feel free to just email info@matthewlove.com.au. All the details are just on the screen, or feel free to give a call to Matthew Love team. Obviously, this is a new branding and a Love Legal lawyers. So reach out to that. So, but again, thanks, Kelly, for the feedback. If there's any questions, feel free to reach out. Now, let's go a little bit deeper here. Laura, what does the order consider when making a parenting order, please?
So as I touched on before, Prabhan, what the court looks at in determining whether to make a parenting order is what's in the best interest of the child. So a lot of parents come to see me and say, I want to see the child, I want to see my daughter every weekend or every week, and spend holiday time and so forth. But really, it's not about the rights of mum or dad. It's what's in the best interest of the children. And sometimes it's not in the best interest of little Timmy to see mum every week on a week-about arrangement because he may he may feel that he may have a lot of extracurricular activities, or is attached to one parent more than the other parent if he's quite young.
Right.
So that's the paramount consideration. Okay.
Right.
There's other considerations too. Following on from that, the court also must consider the child having a meaningful relationship with both parents. Okay, and also the need to protect the child from harm or abuse and neglect and family violence. The court also considers other factors, including the views of the child. The child might be old enough, say 12, 13, 15 and so forth, and have strong views to say, no, I want to live with dad, I just want to see mum on holidays.
Okay.
The nature of the child's relationship with the parents, capacity of each child to provide for the child, physically as well as, mentally, emotionally and financially. And the likely effect of the child's circumstance on the proposed orders. And, of course, any family violence that has occurred involving the child or a member of the child's family. So there's a lot of things. It's a balancing act that the court has to deal with in relation to making a parenting order. It's difficult for them, yes.
Yes.
Yes. So courts do encourage parents to come to their own arrangements.
Right. Okay. I hope that's give you a very clear to our viewers. And obviously, it's what you just said is a best interest to the kid, right? Not just for the to the parents, but best interest to the kids, and that's so true. Now let's go a little bit deeper here. Then, obviously, we haven't touched on about parenting plan. So just curious to know a little bit on that, if that's okay, Laura. Can you go a little bit deep dive in parenting? What is parenting plan?
Yeah, sure. So a parenting plan is basically a written and signed agreement between the parents which deals with the same things as a parenting order. So who the child is to live with, the time that the child can spend with the other non-resident parent or the other parent, any aspect in relation to the care, welfare, development of the child. So the same thing. There's no court involvement though, and the agreement is not registered or filed in the court. It's just a written document signed by parents.
Right. Okay. So then there must be a difference. I'm thinking, in a layman term, then there must be a difference between the parenting plan and parenting order. So if that is, what is that difference, Laura, please?
Okay. So the main difference is parenting plans are not legally enforceable by the courts. The court have to, when the court is asked to make a parenting order, though, they must have regard to any parenting plan that the parents had previously had. But basically, if you've got a parenting plan, it's not enforceable. So if, say dad breaches the plan to say he doesn't bring little Timmy back to mum on the time he's supposed to, according to the plan, there's really nothing that the courts or if they notify the police, they can do, really.
Okay. So what you are saying, just recapping, is parenting plan is not enforceable, but parenting orders are, isn't it? So then the question is, can the parenting order be varied?
Yes. So final parenting orders can be varied, but only in certain circumstances, and only if there's a significant change in the circumstances of the parties or the child that justifies the court making another order. Courts don't like going back over and varying their final orders, but they will do it if they're asked to do it, and they will do it only if there's a significant change.
Okay.
So the simplest way, if I can just elaborate a little bit further, the simplest way to change final parenting orders is for parents to either enter into a parenting plan.
Okay. Got it. All right. By the way, guys and girls, if you're just watching this and if you're just tuning in, I'm with Laura, who is a senior family legal advisor. And obviously, if there's any specific
Mhm.
question, feel free to write down the specific questions, or feel free to give us a thumbs up, or share this post to a wider community who are looking, looking any solutions or any specific for the parenting or family matters. I'm conscious with the time, Laura. Let's then those viewers who are watching this right now, what should parents do? Because I don't want to, people watching this and thinking, oh, okay, so I'm a little bit confused. Do I do a parenting plan or do I do parenting orders? So can you please give a little bit heads up, please?
Okay, so my advice would be, if you can agree, then consent orders, which, as I said before, it's the actual agreement made by the parents, but it's filed at the family court, and it's made into family court orders or parenting orders. If the court believes that it's in the best interest of the children to make those orders. So if parents can agree about the way forward in relation to their kids, consent orders is the way to go, okay? The costs are the same for both, okay? There's similar costs in relation to drafting consent orders and drafting parenting plans. So my advice, parents can agree, go for consent orders. You've got certainty, and if one party breaches the consent orders, then there's an avenue for enforcement.
You bet. And peace, obviously, the peace for the kids, peace for the parents is very important, isn't it? So that's a great advice, consent orders, and obviously, especially considering the cost, because as soon as you say legal, the people talk about the cost. And then if it is the same cost, what you're saying is better to give options for parenting orders rather than parenting plans. So it's a consent order, which gives a peace to both parties and children.
Indeed.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Laura. It's great to have you today. It has. I hope that's been value to all the viewers out there. And again, feel free to like, share, and comment if there's anything specific in your matter. Please feel free to reach out. Now, what is your best contact, Laura, to reach out if the viewers want to reach out to you or your team? What's the best way?
So they can email me directly, just at laura@matthewlove.com.au. That's my direct email address. Or just contact me at the office. We're in Capalaba. So bring the office number.
Okay, beautiful. And all the details are here as well. Either you can just call 1300 at legal, or info Matthew Love, or Laura at matthewlove.com.au. All right. Thank you so much, Laura. It's really valuable. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
No problem. Bye for now.
Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoy the Talking Legal Show every Thursday at 5 p.m. If you like it, feel free to give us a thumbs up, comments, or share it. Feel free to reach out to our trusted family legal advisor. Until then, I'm signing off. See you. Bye for now.